Hey everybody, it's Lynette, preppingonabudget.com. It's about 9:30 at night here in my time in the world, and I know I have a video out there showing you where my husband set me up a little outdoor kitchen to do all my canning in this year, which this is my first year canning. As you can see, I have the water bath canner inside on the electric slick top, glass top stove, which is not really ideal for canning from what I understand. And the reason being is because the heat, it'll heat up, and then when I move this water bath canner, you'll be able to see in a minute, the heat comes up, the eye turns red, and then it decreases, so you don't keep constant heat even in a water bath. It's almost impossible, or I found it almost impossible, to keep the heat regulated with my pressure canner. But tonight, as I got the rest of this okra ready, which opening this up ain't gonna help either, but be sure to open it up away from you. So everything's doing fine, but here in a second the heat will go back down, and then it takes it a second to get back up. And as I started reading and researching, people said no, you can't, because the consistency's not there. It's not an ideal situation. But like I started to say a while ago, my propane tank that we have a gas stove hooked up to outside, I had everything ready, and I looked over and there was no propane, no flame. So I was like, crap, I gotta do something with it. I can't just let it sit overnight. So I brought it in the house, and we'll see how it turns out. It'll probably be fine because it was already heated up, but again, if you have a gas stove, then you're the more fortunate one. I don't have a lot of experience canning. This is just one of these newbie kind of things. I'm just passing along what I've read and researched, and it takes a lot less time on a gas stove. I have realized that, because the heat, see, the heat just went back down again. I don't know if you can hear the difference or not, but yeah, I'm not sure that it loses a lot of heat in the few seconds that the eye actually goes off, and then it comes back on. You'll hear it come back up again. But again, you might want to research it for yourself. I know some parts of the country are just now getting into your canning season. For us here in the deep south, our growing season is coming to an end. I think I'm pretty much done now, so it's time for a little break, a little rest. Alright, I'll see you in a second. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, because I've got about 2 more minutes for this to stay on here. Alright, here's the best part about being able to can outside. Our heat index for like the last 30 days has been over 100, which here in the south, of course our heat index is when we're dealing with 90 to 100% humidity. You walk outside and it's just like, oh gosh, I can't breathe. I'd rather be in Phoenix, Arizona when it's 107, or Laredo, Texas when it's 110, because you just don't have the same humidity. So anyway, part of the reason we set up the outside kitchen this year is this. This batch, I've got all this heat in the house now, and with all the canning that I've been able to do, this would have just been terrible. The power bill would have been astronomical. Now here's the stove eye. It's going to shut off in a second, which is what I was trying to explain to you a while ago. So if you're in the market for a new stove, or if you're going to try to set up an outside kitchen, I would definitely go with a gas stove. See, it just cuts off, and so the heat goes away, and then it stays dead for a bit. You can hear the canner, the temperature going down, and then it'll kick back on here shortly. So again, just a little bit of newbie information for those that are interested. Like I said, in case for next year's season, or if you're just now entering your canning season, it's something to consider. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna get this okra out of this boiler now, or water canner now. Thanks. Well, all my okra cans or jars rather, I can hear them popping. You have to excuse my stove. I have had to use this a couple of times. You can see, because of the gas stove outside, it leaves all this black stuff on the bottom of my canners, and even though I washed it off and washed it off, it still looks like a mess. But see, the okra looks good. It's still working a little bit. Let me get it where you can actually see it. All 6 have popped now. And I also had to throw in a couple of quart jars because I ran out of pint jars, and I had all this okra and some banana peppers to do something with. This looks like it got a little watery, but some of that will go away. The actual plants will absorb that. And then these banana peppers. I don't know what happened to my banana peppers. This is a quart of banana peppers, but evidently they cooked down very well, because I've got like half a quart of I'll call it water, but it's the vinegar, water, and canning salt solution that I used with them. So a couple of weeks I'll let you know how those turned out. So again, just a little bit of newbie information going on here, trying to pass along, you know, what I've learned, what I've read, what I've heard, what I've experienced. And I figure all this okra, you know, cost us minimal amount. I could eat, this is pickled okra. I guess maybe it might be a southern thing, I'm not sure. But I could literally eat my weight in it. So, you know, about 35 pints of it at $2.50. It was well worth my time. So, and well worth my husband's time out there planting all of it. He does all the planting. I do all the harvesting and canning. So, it's a team thing. I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks.